Hey guys, today I am 15 weeks pregnant. So this video is being filmed on the 4th of January and I will either be posting it today or tomorrow. So you guys are now getting pregnancy update videos as I film them as opposed to from backlogs that I had made previously. So today I'm 15 weeks pregnant. I am in the second trimester of my pregnancy. One of the things that I have noticed being different is that I don't have as much nausea as I had in the first trimester. I still have it. I still feel ill depending what I'm eating. Sometimes it just doesn't happen quite as often, and I haven't gotten sick and thrown up since I was sick for real, non-pregnancy related, last week. However, I did think about this, and I remember one of the years that I got a flu shot, I ended up getting sick really badly, and then this year I got a flu shot at my first pregnancy appointment, and I got really sick again this year. I don't know if there's a correlation, but Dale didn't get a flu shot and he got way sicker, and I got way sicker than he did. So it's a possibility that it has a relation, but it also very well just could be because I'm pregnant. So I don't know for sure, but I felt that that was worth mentioning so that I can kind of keep track of that in the future. If I get a flu shot, am I actually going to get the flu this year? Not that we're sure that that's what that was, but it was awful and horrendous anyway. So I haven't felt as nauseated as I did in the first couple months of my pregnancy. One thing that has been ongoing through my pregnancy has been random cramping, just as the uterus kind of grows and stretches and does its thing and makes space for a baby. I have definitely been feeling more cramping. And for me, it's kind of right around, you know, where you have the V marks. Right around that area on my body is where I've felt kind of little pinches here and there of just, you know, the uterus again doing its thing. That has been an ongoing symptom of my pregnancy and is still continuing on through, you know, now 15 weeks pregnant. Acne. That has changed in literally the past 4 days. My acne has completely taken a turn for the, I don't know what the crap it's doing, and I don't like it and it needs to stop. But I have gotten a lot of breakouts on my forehead, which again is kind of a normal area. Let's just stay here. Kind of a normal area for me to get breakouts, but it's gotten, you know, really bumpy breakouts and just not bad, not painful, not hideous looking, not nasty looking, but I'm having a lot of bumps come up on my forehead, and then again along my temples, which is not a regular place for me. I haven't had breakouts along my temples since I was like 14 years old, so it's a little bit like, don't bring me back there. I did not have a good time with that. But that has been something that has popped up in literally the last 4 days, and I'm sitting here going, no, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna go away now. So if you have any suggestions for that, you should leave them in the comments below. 2 days ago, I had my first experience with sciatic nerve pain. I was standing up, I think we were getting my car inspected and registered for the year, and I was standing and all of a sudden I'm like, what the crap, this is painful. And I asked, you know, my parents, and they both said it sounds like sciatic nerve pain. I haven't looked it up, and I do plan on talking to my doctor on Friday about it. I do have an appointment with her in 2 days, so I will talk to her about it just to kind of confirm that that's what it is. But I felt it that day, and then I felt it the next day on the other side. So it's kind of like a sharp pain that sort of radiates sort of down your butt cheek and kind of down your leg a little bit, and it eventually went away. But I had it both times when I was standing up and not when I was sitting down. I don't know when sciatic nerve pain shows up more or anything because I've never had it before, but that was my first experience with that, which kind of sucked, and I hope that it doesn't get worse because that's not nice and I don't want to have that. I also have experienced what I believe is what we females like to call, apparently, lightning crotch. This is a really weird, sharp, like, I don't know if it's nerve pain or muscle pain or whatever, but it's kind of down the side of your crotch, so it's not like inside your vagina or anything like that. It's like down the sides, sort of, I don't even know, but it's just like a sharp, like, zap of pain, and then you're fine, and it's like, okay. But again, I as far as I'm aware, it's just related to the growing and the stretching of the uterus and of the muscles around the uterus and all kind of crap rearranging and whatnot, and your organs are shifting and you're this and that and the other. And I believe that that's what I am having. I think that's what women who are pregnant call lightning crotch. I haven't heard any scientific term for it, but it's not super unpleasant as of right now. It's just like, oh, it's another cramp. I barely even notice it. It's weird. It's very strange. The worst symptom by far has been restless leg syndrome. I have suffered from restless leg syndrome my whole life, but it has never been super intense. It has never been a daily thing. I have never had to get medication for it. I have never seen a doctor for it, but I have had it a lot through my childhood. I don't know who came up with it. I don't know if it was either myself or my brother who came up with the name for it in my family, or if it was my parents, but I've always known it as the itchy twitchies, and it's just basically a sensation in your legs where you are just so uncomfortable, and you're not itchy. It doesn't itch. It's like an inside your muscle feeling of discomfort, and you just need to move your legs somehow. And I used to get it a lot when we would travel on long plane rides. You know, sitting for a long period of time in the same position would just and part of it for me was also claustrophobia and just the feeling like I need to move now. But I definitely felt it on long plane rides a lot, and then as I grew up it just kind of came up here and there occasionally. But again, it was never something that I needed to see a doctor for, or that I felt like, oh, I need to be medicated for this, because it never happened all that often. However, in the past 2 weeks, I've had it so terribly, and it's like a nightly thing every single night, evening, late afternoon. I don't usually get it in the mornings, but like late afternoon towards the evening, I just get it really, really badly, and it's gotten to the point where I'm suffering a lot from it, and I haven't found anything. I asked on Facebook a bunch of my friends and family. I was like, what the hell do you do for restless leg syndrome? Like, what do you personally do? I got recommendations like potassium, so you can get potassium from things like bananas, or club soda actually has potassium in it. So I have club soda, and I wouldn't say that it makes it go away. I would say that it might diminish it a little bit. I haven't tried eating a banana because I don't like bananas plain. I will eat them with things, but I don't like to eat bananas plain. So I haven't tried that yet. I have been told that it could be a magnesium deficiency, so I plan on talking to my doctor about that on Friday as well, and just saying, hey, you know, is this related at all? What can I do? And I've heard like some people put a pillow between their legs, some people put heavy blankets on their legs. One of my friends said that he rubs his feet together, and I've tried that, and the only reason that kind of works for me is that my legs are moving, but I don't like I don't like rubbing my feet together. I never have liked rubbing my feet together, so that part doesn't help me, but the movement of the legs does. For me, the only things that help are to stand up and to literally shake my legs one at a time out in the air, or to have somebody squeeze. I wouldn't say it's massaging my calves, because it's not really that, but more just, you know, I'll have Dale just squeeze my calves and then kind of go up and down the calf and squeeze, and that has been the best thing ever for some reason. And it's not on my thighs either. I used to think that it was like a whole leg thing for me. For me, it's just my calves, and if I squeeze my calves or have somebody squeeze my calves, it will go away on that leg very, very quickly. So has been really helpful, but I don't want to make Dale sit there and squeeze my calves for half an hour. So I need to find something maybe that can do it for me. I don't know, but it's really, really frustrating. The biggest part about the restless leg syndrome for me is the anxiety that it brings with it, because I can't make it stop, and that makes me anxious, and then the anxiety comes up, and then I might have a panic attack, and it just kind of snowballs into a much bigger thing than it needs to be. But that has been by far the worst symptoms so far of this second trimester, has been the restless leg syndrome. So body wise, so I generally feel good. I feel good. I feel happy. Obviously I have stress in my life, but it's not pregnancy related. I feel happy about my pregnancy. I'm excited about my pregnancy. I don't feel too upset about my body. I have just now started to get a little bit like, oh, I kind of feel fat and not like pretty body wise anymore, because this is the largest I have ever been, which for most women is true, but I've always had a flat stomach. So for me, this is a little bit like, not used to seeing my body like this. So I was expecting that at some point I would feel a little bit of emotion towards that. So that has kind of started. I have sort of felt like, oh, I don't feel skinny and pretty anymore, but it's not a daily thing. It's not like, oh my gosh, I feel so ugly all the time. I'm so fat and hideous, because I'm carrying a child. There's a reason to why I'm getting bigger. But I was telling Dale, I think yesterday, that I was like, it's just weird because You know, I would have days where I would get chunky because I ate a lot, and then the next day would be normal again. And this, I get really chunky feeling, and then the next day it's still there and it's a little bit bigger, so it's just a really weird experience for me. I did weigh myself. Last time I weighed myself, I believe it was 109. I'm currently at 113, and I'm going to go ahead and show you my belly shot, and I will also try to measure. I brought my measuring tape with me. Usually Dale helps me with this, but he's not here, he's at work, and so I want to try to do it. For some reason, I have the hardest time doing this, and I don't know why, but we'll try and do it now. Here's the 15-week belly with the shirt on, and from the front, and from the side again, from the side, and the front, and the other side. Navel piercing is still doing fine, still not stretching, and as of yet my tattoo has not shown any signs of major stretching. I am very interested to see how my little skull fares throughout this pregnancy, because it's kind of in a prominent spot, so I'm kind of interested to see how it does. But so far, he's doing fine. All right, so now I'm gonna try to measure. We're gonna see how this goes. All right, so let's see. Around the thickest part. See, I've got to get Dale to do it because he does it in like the same spot every time, and I'm not 100% sure where you're supposed to do it from. But right now, oh no, that's where he got it last time. I don't know. About 32 and a half, maybe. If you adjust it a little bit, it's about, oops, about 32 or 32 and a half. I suck at measuring. I have no idea how to do that, but we're at about 32-ish. That was my belly shot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for the baby haul. It's just a couple of clothes that I have got, and some of the things we got for Christmas for the baby. I have gotten more clothes since then. Not a ton, just a couple. If you have any questions or requests or anything like that. I saw someone, I think one of my friends that I went to school with in Holland, who now lives in England, she was asking to do a wedding video, and I can. There's not a whole lot to talk about there. So, I mean, if more people are interested, maybe I'll make it. Otherwise, I don't know that I have enough to talk about for a whole video, but that was something that was requested. If you guys do have any requests, feel free to leave them in the comments. I also have a Twitter and a Snapchat and Instagram, which I always link down below. Not big on Snapchat. I usually just watch people's Snapchats. I don't really participate. And Twitter, I occasionally will tweet something. I'm very, very focused on Instagram though, constantly posting on there, so feel free to follow me on that. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!